Is it just me, or is Tia Mowry seemingly doing just about everything she can to get that old thing back and reunite with her ex-husband Cory Hardrict after her graduation from her marriage backfired? She's been sending out all the signals ever since she found out that the streets were not what she expected. She's been putting out these social media posts about, being single in her 40s, and, the post where it shows she's looking kind of down but has to remind herself that she's that girl even though she's still single. Post about finding love, how love is going to find her, but she's still on the lookout for it. And she's been doing the most. And, it's cute because she has this great energy about her. But it is really giving that she wants Cory back. And the latest thing that she did is this post that she put out the other day where she is frolicking on the beach with a two-piece bikini on with a sheer t-shirt cover up, which is wet. So she's giving the vibe she's trying to put out there. It's a thirst trap, definitely a thirst trap. And she's crawling on the beach, crawling on the sand towards the camera, and she's eyeing the camera seductively, and she's lip syncing to Mariah Carey's "I Give My All for Just One More Night with You." And people in the comments are like, who you talking about? What one more night with who? And they were putting the memes of Cory looking, watching and seeing what's going on. But that is just the latest thing that is kind of hinting at, hey, baby, come on back home. Because before that, we did a short on this. She actually was caught lurking in Cory's live stream. So there was a live stream that he did that another YouTube channel caught. It was My Husband's My Best Friend, and they put it up where Cory was talking to the people, and then he saw what I think he guessed was his son's IG had joined his live stream. And so he said, "Is that you, son?" And then he was like, "Or is that your mama?" So that's given he knows that Tia is lurking and stalking his live stream. So it's kind of hinting that maybe there have been some background conversations, talking about, what we doing? Maybe we can get back together. Because why would he even think it would be Tia lurking in his live stream when he initially thought that it was Cree, his son? And it was so funny because it came later on. One of the posts that Tia was putting up was how she was, waiting for love to find her again. And she was doing all this maneuvering, looking for it, pretending she wasn't looking, because I think the clip was oh, love will find you when you least expect it. And so she's waiting on that to happen, but she's, trying to surprise love and then turning around seeing if it's waiting for her over there or if it's back there, peeking through her fingers to see if it's coming up on the left or the right. And it's just so funny. And I mean, I'm glad that she has this humorous outlook on it, and she can find the funny in what's going on since the two have divorced. But it's really giving that she wants him back. That's what I get. Because when she said that she was graduating from her marriage, the main thing was about, finding herself, about seeing how she can make herself happy and, being her authentic self. But every single post that she ends up putting out is about finding love or dating. So if it was about, growing and growth for yourself, then why is the focus so heavily on, who else is out there for her? There was another post too that she did earlier this year, and it came out on the heels of Cory actually, doing interviews, because he's been in a lot of movies, and he was in the number one movie on Amazon Prime, Divorcing the Black, with Megan Good. So he was getting all this press. They was talking about how big his payday was from Tyler Perry, and the women who were interviewing him, they were eyeballing him. They was, giving him the looks, and like, what we gonna do? What can we make happen here? And, Cory was like, oh, I'm single and I'm ready. Sometimes I occasionally mingle. And, he was putting all that out there. And the next thing you know, here comes Tia in her Instagram account. She does a photo dump where she's showing everything that happened in a particular month. And one of the pictures, it's like the fourth picture in there, is a picture of her and the kids with Cory. And, when you're co-parenting, you can kind of have the kids between the two of you guys, and, you guys are separated by the kids. Why in this picture, and we did a video on it because it was really given like, you're not going nowhere. But she had Cory's wrist grabbed so tight in her hand that her veins were straining through. You could see her veins popping with how tight she was holding his hand. And it's like, why are you holding on to that man like that? It's so recently after he was, getting all this attention for, boasting in his single status, saying that occasionally he mingles. And it was just hilarious because it was like Tia was firing off a warning. Like, I don't care what y'all seen in the media and the press. I don't care what y'all talking about elsewhere. This man is hers. Okay? She had him locked so tight. It's like he wasn't never getting away. And then a few months later, Cory be talking about, is that you, Tia? And the face after he said that on the live stream was so funny, because he came in making faces, and then after he said, is that you, son, or is that your mama? If it's you, hey Cree, and if it's you, Tia, hey Tia. And then his face changed. He was like, oh Lord, like, y'all gotta tell me what this expression is saying. Like, what is this facial expression given right here? Because it reminded me of that scene from Baggage Claim where Tia was playing, I think, a girlfriend to Trey Songz's character, and he was cheating on her, using all her money and her cars to wine and dine other women. And when he brought Paula Patton's character back to Tia's house to, do what they do. And Tia's at the door and she's kicking the door, talking about, open the door, open, open, open. And then Trey Songz's character's like, she crazy, crazy, crazy. That's what that whole lurking was given when Cory ended up looking at the camera like, what is happening here?
When Tia Mowry's ex-husband, Cory Hardrict, realizes she might be stalking his live stream.
Is that your mama? Either way, hey Cree. That's you, Tia. Hey. Oh, she crazy. Oh.
That's what happens, because you guys know, if you've seen any of our videos about this, based on the things that Tia has put out in the press and the things that have, happened on her reality show, it's given that Tia wasn't quite making that move on her own. Even Cory had said in some interviews that the industry tries to promote this whole fake friend thing where people are with you and surround you just to get in your business and to kind of push you in one direction or the other that's going to benefit them. And when Tia was doing her own reality show for, her next act, last year, and she was talking to these friends that she has in the industry, and they were saying, they were trying to hook her up on these dating apps that Tia didn't even want to do. And at one point, after she had gone on a couple, bad dates, at one point she told her friends maybe she made a mistake in divorcing Cory. And the friend immediately was like, what? No, not after all this. Is like, why are you so invested in this other woman realizing that maybe she made a mistake and wants to possibly try to mend things with her husband? Why are you so invested that your face gets all screwed up and you like, not after all that, what? Girl, let that woman come to her own realization, and maybe she would go and say, well, maybe she didn't, or maybe she would try to see what she can get going back with her husband. But for you to be so invested is given you were doing too much from the beginning with this. So it was almost like Tia did the whole divorce thing out of feeling pressure to do it for some industry standard. Like it was like almost like she had to sacrifice her marriage to get a higher attention level or a higher level of recognition in the industry. And she thought that it would be worth it because maybe, her energy is on a different level than Cory's is sometimes. Maybe she wasn't getting the feedback that she wanted all the time, the type of fawning or something that she wanted. She just put up another clip recently where she, I think there were two puppies, and one puppy was just bouncing all around and, doing a little twerk for the camera and all that stuff, just up on on the other puppy in his face, just bouncing. And he was just standing there, stock still. And the caption said that every perfect relationship is like this, where one partner is just so full of energy and just bounding around and just everything is always, over 100, when the other partner is just trying to survive. And she posted that, and it's almost like that was another insight, a look into what she felt their marriage was like. But now, since the caption said this is the perfect relationship balance, now she's looking back on it and realizing that maybe that wasn't so bad to have another partner that balances out all of that. The partner who's going to say, okay, yeah, keep it on a level, so she's not tossed to and fro by every new type of idea or trend or fad that's going to come up with the industry. Because that's when she came out with that whole graduating from her marriage thing, calling that divorce was a graduation from her marriage, it was really given just industry mumbo jumbo. It was given like Gwyneth Paltrow gave back when she divorced Chris Martin. She and Chris Martin divorced, and she was like, oh, it's a conscious uncoupling. And it was trying to, push people into a level of thinking, oh, well, no, this is okay. It's we have these new terms for it, conscious uncoupling. So now here comes Tia years later. No, it's a graduation. I finished my curriculum, but it's looking like she wants to repeat a couple of classes. What y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching and have fun today.